Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. Happy Friday, guys. The weekend is around the corner, and Bitcoin price right now, Bitcoin trading at $36,800. Over the last week, we have seen a bit of a rebound. We did see Bitcoin come as low as 32,900, but now it's back up, still holding that level of support, still not really making any lower lows. So we saw this low back in June, of course, and Bitcoin really just struggling to stay above that former low. Now, even if we get down to this low, if we rebound out of it, I'm still saying we could see new highs. It's interesting because there's a lot going on right now. Fed is about to raise interest rates, so that is looming for March. XRP price hovering around 60 cents, holding this significant level of support. So again, back in the spring, summer, we did see that double bounce right in there off that point before we did see a surge to the upside. And, we did not see XRP go lower than that level there. So to me, very, very good news. Still overall making higher lows, and hopefully we are poised for higher highs. And I'm not the only one noticing this. XRP Crypto Wolf bringing this to our attention. XRP enters an underbought zone, or an oversold zone, according to on-chain and market data. So they're talking about XRP specifically in this article, as on-chain and market data provided by Sentiment suggests XRP, AAVE, and other altcoins have entered the opportunity zone according to the MVRV divergence. So these are underbought assets or oversold assets. As the metric suggests, during increased volatility on the crypto market, when retail traders mostly follow the general trends on the market, some assets become extremely overbought while others remain underbought. So this is the official tweet from Sentiment here, talking about this specifically. With traders continuing to FOMO in on crypto surges and then FUD out when assets drop, we're seeing heavily sunk profit levels for the majority of assets. Our models indicate XRP, 1inch, Aave, Cell, GRT, and Uni are among those with major trader pain and thus opportunities. So when you see the pain, this means a very good buying opportunity. Of course, if we are assuming that there is still going to be an alt season, which I believe many of us still believe there is, even just bringing up the total to market cap, which is essentially all altcoins minus Bitcoin, we are still seeing here, and I have a Fibonacci drawn on here from the last time I used this chart, but you guys can see here, altcoins still dipping down, formulating new support here from this level that we saw back in June of last year, still staying fairly solid. And if I bring up the total 3 market cap, that is all altcoins excluding Ethereum and Bitcoin, there is a bigger dip going on here. However, we are also still forming those higher lows. So altcoins, especially those mentioned here by the Sentiment tweet, XRP, 1inch, Aave or AAVE, Cell, GRT, and Uni, those are among the most oversold coins, which means a very, very good opportunity. Great ROI here for those coins as suggested by Sentiment. Again, this is not financial advice. Do your own research, of course, when you are investing in cryptocurrencies. I'm just letting you know what I see here. As data suggests, XRP remains one of the most underbought assets on the crypto market right now on one-day MVRV divergence. According to the data and funds redistribution on the market, XRP is receiving the lowest volume inflows. So they're also noting that about XRP particularly. Anyway, other things that we should be making note of, John Deaton here, posting this. I hope to be proven wrong. I believe this executive order is bad news. Now, he is referring to the Biden administration and what they plan on doing. He retweeted out Eleanor Turret's tweet here. He says, though, this is bad news temporarily. They will attempt to seriously damage stablecoins because they threaten the banks and the bond market. Gary Gensler and Elizabeth Warren have too much influence. I believe they will call most alts securities. So he's tweeting this out. The Biden administration is planning executive action to regulate cryptocurrencies as a matter of national security. An order is expected to come in the next few weeks. So we could potentially see more pain as this is unfolding. He responds, though, because he does think this is only temporary. He does respond down here. Has anyone noticed how Jim Cramer, after meeting with Gary Gensler, started warning everyone to be careful because Dogecoin and most other cryptocurrencies are securities? Cramer has never warned anyone about unregistered securities until the day after interviewing Gary Gensler. So also a very observant point here from John Deaton that I think should be mentioned. Dictator Know-It-All also saying, I agree, power of work and stablecoins will no doubt get hit hard. Green projects will most likely get a boost, i.e. XRP, XLM, the ones that are greener. These are the cryptocurrencies that are going to see a future. Algorand, just to name a few. Anything that does not have a negative impact against the environment environment will be winners. That's what his administration is all about. It's pretty much the rest of the world as well. So, in line with the Great Reset, their mandates, the World Economic Forum, we know they have a list of friendly projects, crypto-friendly projects, including XRP, XLM, Algorand, just to name half of the coins that are on that list. So this is definitely impacting the market. Nevertheless, guys, lots still happening with regards to XRP build-out. This from DJ Peter Vass. XStick announces ecosystem built out on the XRP ledger. So, despite all this, and despite Ripple being in court still, we are still seeing more development on the XRPL. Nobody is abandoning their project. So XStick brings something very unique to the space, a definitive approach to non-fungible tokens, better known as NFTs, built on the XRP ledger, a super fast, energy efficient, and reliable public blockchain led by a global developer community. XStick is an evolution of the current generation of NFTs. It's not a typical static NFT with changing colors or your 50-pixel face replica. XStick is lively, artful, and flexible stick figures with endless possibilities. And so what is an XRP ledger? Of course, just giving the description of what the XRPL is. I will leave this in the description if you guys still don't know. The big point here, though, the lower fees, fast transaction speeds, and custom token functionalities make XRP Ledger a perfect platform to build upon the XStick ecosystem. So external developers, not just developers that work for Ripple, are also utilizing the XRPL because of its efficiency. Of course, very, very affordable to process transactions through the XRPL. So some interesting information here, guys, from the XStick community. Wanted to thank DJ Peter Vass for posting that. And another one here, guys, from XRP Crypto Wolf. Albridge adds support for the XRP ledger as well. So Albridge is a cross-chain bridge with more than $500 million in total value locked, and they are integrating with the XRPL as its 12th blockchain, allowing for the seamless transfer of its native digital asset XRP across Ethereum, Avalanche, Solana, Terra, Polygon, Phantom, Binance Smart Chain, Celo, Aurora, Harmony, and Hecko. The integration will also bring these assets and stablecoins directly to the XRP ledger, leveraging its built-in decentralized exchange, or the DEX. And so they're listed here. Albridge is a simple, modern, and reliable way to transfer assets between different networks. To date, over $4.8 billion in transactions have been processed using the cross-chain bridge. This partnership offers a unique opportunity to add the support of XRP Ledger, enabling millions of DeFi users to interact with the XRP ecosystem. Albridge will provide the bridging solution to make it possible, and Ripple the technical support. Together, we contribute to growing cross-chain interoperability within the DeFi space. This coming from Andrei Velki, co-founder and CEO of Albridge. The XRP Ledger was created in 2012 with its first DEX. Other capabilities inherent to the XRP Ledger, such as auto-bridging, allow for assets transferred to the XRPL to access the DEX's existing liquidity to create synthetic order books for assets. Gives more of a description about that in this article. Albridge, they are essentially a simple, modern, and reliable way to transfer assets between different networks, and a bridge between EVM and non-EVM compatible blockchains that aim to cover L2 solutions and NFT transfers in the future. So another integration now utilizing the XRPL. And so, the ecosystem grows as all boats rise. It is a bit of a competition, I think, in one way. I mean, all these companies want to add value to their blockchains. And so, the more we see these different blockchains being utilized, the more value is added, the more demand for certain cryptocurrencies will grow. And those cryptocurrencies, guys, the ones that solve the problems, are going to be the valuable cryptocurrencies in the future. So the XRPL seeing more utility through Albridge. Wanted to thank XRP Crypto Wolf for posting that. And also this, guys, from James Rule XRP, notice of start of cryptocurrency rental service. This is called Coin Rental, and this is coming from SBI VC Trade. Of course, it includes XRP, and this is happening in Japan, guys. The service name is called Coin Rental. The type of transactions are loan transactions, and the brands that they are handling, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP, along with some more detailed information here. So it sounds similar to Ripple's XRP lending service to small to medium-sized businesses. If you need the XRP and you don't necessarily have the capital to purchase the coins, but you need a large quantity, you can borrow it from them. I'm sure you got to give them some collateral. Then you pay it back at whatever interest rate they set in the contract. Guys, this is the future. Of course, when coins have utility, there is going to be a demand for them, and the price will eventually rise. Because you think to yourself, right, when the price of XRP right now is at 60 cents, give or take, and the transactions are not that large, well, yeah, you can afford to purchase the XRP. But when the transactions get larger and larger and the price of XRP continues to rise, services like this are going to be more and more important, in the future. That's what I think, and also why I think Ripple implemented their XRP loaning service last year. Now we're seeing something similar from SBI VC Trade. Gotta thank James Rule for posting that. And here, guys, we have another update on the Ripple XRP lawsuit. James K. Filan posting this, XRP community, SEC.gov versus Ripple. Ripple has filed its response to the SEC's letter of supplemental authority. And I've got the letter up here, guys, if you want to read it in full. We, on behalf of the defendant Ripple, to respond to the SEC's letter notifying the court of yet another out-of-circuit decision in the SEC versus Keener case. So this has to do with that case in particular. Essentially, though, the takeaway, XRP Crypto Wolf noticing, Judge Netburn went from being a friend to Ripple to being a friend to the SEC. What has changed? Some are suggesting that Judge Netburn is switching sides, so to speak, but others are saying that this might be a strategic move. Dictator Know-It-All saying, I think the judge is still a friend of Ripple's. She's ensuring the SEC cannot go further once she's made a decision. So perhaps to prevent appeals in the future, she's going to ram a roadblock up their arse. Stephanie Starr also responding, I agree with you. I think she is giving them enough rope to hang themselves with. The SEC has talked themselves into a corner. It seems as though she wants to be certain this case cannot be challenged after her ruling. And Wrath of Kahneman even just down here saying, just quoting the letter, the SEC argues that the law was clear regardless of whatever guidance it issued or declined to issue. Nice. So there you go, right? Pointing to the fact that the SEC did not actually provide that guidance. During this court case, they have been flip-flopping around, suggesting that, for example, Bill Hinman's speech was just his opinion, and, despite all the evidence, the judge did agree with them. I know it'll probably get you a little upset. About 30 seconds here, coming from Nerd Nation Unboxed, Jay Clayton speaking in September of 2018, just a few months after that Bill Hinman speech, recently outlined the approach we in capital, take to evaluate whether a digital asset is a security. Wait, what? I thought it was his personal opinion. Here's Jay Clayton stating just that back in September of 2018.
What falls within the ambit of a securities offer and sale is a facts and circumstances analysis, where we use a principles-based framework that has served American companies and investors well for over 80 years. Bill Hinman recently outlined the approach we take to evaluate whether a digital asset is a security, and I encourage you to take a look at Bill's speech, which is available on our website.
And he even says it's available on the SEC's website, Bill Hinman's speech that we take to evaluate whether a digital asset is a security. We have Jay Clayton here on the record stating it himself. And, in a previous video, I did actually post that Bill Hinman speech that, for whatever reason, is still on the SEC's webpage. Now, I also wanted to mention this, guys, retweeted out by Alejandro. This is an interesting read, but a heavy accusation. And, he's reaching out to Jeremy Hogan and John Deaton. Does this have any merit? Retweeting out Ian Fish's tweet, this is why Ripple will have its fair notice defense thrown out of court. So is this a possible hole in the case? Jeremy Hogan and John Deaton both know this. They just don't want to upset the Moon Boys by acknowledging it. Ugh, sheesh. So with regards to the matter of Keener, in rejecting this fair notice defense as a matter of law and awarding the SEC summary judgment, Keener held that the defendant had notice that his conduct could be unlawful based on the express language of the Exchange Act, decisions from his circuit applying to the definition of dealer, and SEC guidance itself, and then gives the citation. Keener further held, to the extent defendants contend that the SEC was required to set forth guidance specifically on the investment products at issue, the court is unaware of. So here's the highlighted part. The court is unaware of, and defendant has failed to cite to any authority requiring the SEC to issue precise guidance on the regulations it enforces. So an interesting perspective here, and I'm happy John Deaton actually replied to this, because he's refuting this. The SEC is citing a federal district decision out of Florida specifically, and so this has no authority at all. Ripple is relying on the Upton case decided by the Second Circuit, which is binding authority on the SDNY. So ultimately, it's going to come down to Judge Torres' interpretation of Upton, not this Florida district case. And Jeremy Hogan also giving his 2 cents, this is not relevant as to whether the FND is thrown out because of the SEC's motion to strike. It might be relevant later on in the case. However, we don't know how relevant for another couple of months still. So some optimism there, I think, from Jeremy Hogan and John Deaton, of course, two very prominent lawyers in the XRP community that have been guiding us through this tumultuous time over the last, it's been over a year. There are many different sentiments now, I think, from XRP holders because, so much is in question. We recently got this news from a few days ago. Ripple announces a $200 million share buyback and reaches a $15 billion valuation. So if you guys didn't know about this, the blockchain payments company Ripple did announce the $200 million Series C share buyback, bringing the company's valuation to a new high of $15 billion. The company raised $200 million in a Series C funding round back in December of 2019 with Tetragon Financial Group, a UK-based investment firm, leading the way alongside SBI Holdings and Route 66 Ventures. And so, this amid a recent tweet from Brad Garlinghouse, who suggested that 2022 was going to be a big year. 2022 slowdown is not in our vocabulary. Even with 2021's headwinds, it is our best year on record. And Ripple's financial position, $1 billion in the bank, is the strongest we've ever been. RippleNet is much more than cross-border payments. It's bringing crypto-native services such as liquidity to enterprises. Today, the network has a volume run rate of about $10 billion. Huge props to the team for continuously upping their game and leaning into new capabilities every year. So very confident Brad Garlinghouse, saying Ripple is not slowing down. So what is this situation here? Is it good? Is it bad? Of course, some people have different opinions on this. Just to give an idea as to why this is happening. So this was a buyback from Tetragon Financial, right? Ripple, the cryptocurrency company behind XRP, has repurchased all of its shares from Tetragon Financial. And why it matters, guys, this sort of thing is very rare and comes as Ripple continues to fight the SEC allegations that it sold unregistered securities. It also could presage a late 2022 or 2023 IPO for Ripple, which still has over $1 billion on its balance sheet, as we just heard from Brad Garlinghouse. So they are saying perhaps in preparation for the 2022-2023 IPO, which of course likely has been pushed back because of the SEC lawsuit. So there is this story, and despite the positive sentiment, there has been some negative pushback. Crypto Eddie here posting this. Gosh, Naomi Brockwell, why didn't you speak up when Will Foxley misspoke about Ripple on the CoinDesk panel with you regarding printing XRP when they want? So, this is XRP hodlers 101. Listen to what he said here.
And then even from there, just looking at this valuation, $15 billion, being able to purchase back all that $200 million worth of shares that were outstanding. That's not crazy to me that they're able to do that because they do control the XRP token and they're able to print it when they want.
All right, so first of all, Ripple does hold a lot of XRP, but it certainly does not control all of the supply of the XRP tokens. They cannot print XRP as they want. This is XRP hodler 101. This is stuff we learned back in 2017, during that last bull run when the FUD was relentless, and now it's sounding like the FUD is continuing. So to Crypto Eddie's point, why didn't you speak up? Of course, Zach Seward here echoing the same sentiment. Listen to this.
Yeah, I think the valuation is the biggest question for me. What's driving that? What's driving that valuation, right? Like Ripple as a company has been pretty heads down, largely due to litigation, and we haven't heard much from them in terms of who they're signing on board as new partners within the banking sector, if that's still even a focus of theirs.
And so Zach is saying, Ripple, who knows if they even have the banking partners? They could be lying to us. Well, Crypto Eddie, she posted this, getting this out there, calling them on it. RippleNet had its best year ever, new bank announcements since the SEC. Okay, so this is after the lawsuit. The Federal Bank, National Bank of Egypt, Iwata Bank, Ogaki Kiroitsu Bank, SBI, LY Our Bank, TP Bank, Qatar National Bank, Bank Al Fallah, Attijari Wafa Bank, the Saudi British Bank, plus others that you guys are not covering. Now, just to put things into perspective here, Zach Seward, Deputy Global News Editor at CoinDesk. CoinDesk has notoriously been down on Ripple, spreading XRP FUD for as long as I can remember. But Matt Hamilton, lashing back here. I wasn't aware who Zach is until this, but he seems like he works for CoinDesk, which it sounds like he does, which may explain it, especially when you think of Laura Shin's Herculean efforts to avoid understanding anything related to Ripple or XRP. So I think it's pretty easy to refute these ridiculous claims, considering there is so much news out there suggesting otherwise. Anyway, I just thought I'd bring that to you because, there's always going to be these people who criticize despite what Ripple's doing. And I still think, in the XRP community, the XRP holders may still be a little apprehensive as to what is going on. So I saw this from Michael at Val5 Links. Ripple eyes adding more capabilities to the XRP ledger after securing their blockbuster $15 billion valuation. And so this also just talking about that $200 million buyback. And so with the stock buyback, Ripple's valuation has jumped to $15 billion. More importantly, Ripple willingly buying out investors indicates that the blockchain firm is optimistic about its prospects despite the ongoing legal tussle with the SEC. And so this is also just quoting the Brad Garlinghouse tweet. A representative of Ripple has reiterated that the firm is cash flow positive, and the buyback reflects its strong position in the market and global company momentum. The rep also says Ripple used the cash it had to hand to repurchase the shares. And so how to react to this? Well, E. Smitty here posted this. Ripple is too confident that it will win the case against the SEC, and they're buying back all private stocks so they can go public when they win the case. And guys, let's not forget, Ripple has been considered the Apple or Amazon of payments. XRP is the standard. And so is this confidence, or is this a signal of retreat and or self-preservation? So Corey Preston here saying, not only are they confident, but they know something. This thing must be over soon. They are making moves. For everyone who has been holding for years, our patience will be blessed real soon. Johnny here saying false info. The Ripple effect saying, or they are trying to consolidate any damages to others. So that's another perspective. Consolidating damages if they do have to pay the SEC out. We really have zero idea what's happening. Everything is a guess at this point. But let's not forget this. Dustin Newman bringing this up. Ripple told Fox Business yesterday they are confident in a positive verdict and plan to IPO right after. So this was posted yesterday. This Fox Business report was from 2 days ago, so that was from Wednesday. That says to me, buy back shares because they're about to be worth a lot more. And so two very strong opposing viewpoints to consolidate just in case there are damages that incur. Sometimes companies do this if they see a negative verdict on the horizon. However, Dustin Newman bringing up this point from just 2 days ago from Fox Business, confident of a positive verdict because they are planning that IPO. And we did hear murmurings that the IPO is going to occur 2022, 2023, of course, pushed back on the timeline, but this definitely does put Ripple in a better position. As Brad Garlinghouse says, slowdown is not even in our vocabulary. And even with 2021's headwinds, it was our best year on record. And I think more developments on the XRPL just speaks to this point specifically. So it sounds like it's full steam ahead for Ripple, for XRP. Of course, the spec market doing its thing at the moment. We are still at the mercy of Bitcoin before we see that initial price surge. But the real utility, and I think the IPO, will definitely help the price of XRP go up as well, let alone the final verdict from the lawsuit. But that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.